Welcome to this tutorial where I will show you how to quickly and easily leverage trade Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies on the FTX leverage trading platform. If you want to create an account, you can go down to the video description and click on the link, then you will get to exactly this page and follow all the steps along. And in bonus, you will get a 5% discount on all trading fees forever. To create an account, simply enter your details right here, agree to the terms, and then you can register. Once you have created an account and you log in for the first time, the page will look like this. So the first thing that we can do is to enable two-factor authentication for our security of our account. So we can just go up here to settings, and then as you can see, security right here, there we have two-factor authentication. You can turn that on and then, for example, use the Google Authenticator as I did. So this is just some security upgrades. And the next thing we can do is identity verification. So if I click on that, you don't have to necessarily do that, but if you do that, as you can see, I did it. So I have the level 2 identity verification. Then I have unlimited crypto withdrawals and fiat deposits and withdrawals. You don't have to do that. If you just want to deposit with crypto, you don't necessarily need that, but I just did it in order to show you. I needed to upload a front of my ID and the back of my ID and a selfie of myself. Alright, so the next thing I want to show you is how to deposit money to your FTX account. For that, we just have to go up here and click on Wallet. And there we can get an overview of all of our balances that we have on our account. So as you can see, we can deposit and use many different cryptocurrencies or also fiat currencies on this account right here. If you want to deposit any cryptocurrency, you can just go here, for example, to Bitcoin and then click on deposit. And then you will get the Bitcoin address that you can just copy to your clipboard and send Bitcoin to this address. If you do it for other cryptocurrencies, for example, I did it for US dollar Tether, and if I click on deposit here, you will see sometimes that there are also some other networks you can use. Of course, this one, the first one, is always the official network of the cryptocurrency, but also there are some other networks you can use. For example, I used Binance to deposit money, and there I can also use the Tron network, and I can also deposit here via the Tron network. So I could also use this. And then sometimes the network fees can be lower if you use different networks. But of course, you can always use the official network for any cryptocurrencies that you can see right here. You can also deposit fiat currencies. And for that, we can just go up here to search and, for example, search for euro. And then if we click on deposit right here, we can, for example, use the SEPA network. And if I click on here, as you can see, this is the IBAN where I have to transfer money to the recipient name. And I can type in the amount, and then I have to upload a screenshot of my transfer, of the SEPA transfer, and then the money will be credited to my account. I can also, for example, use US dollar if I could type it in here and click on deposit. As you can see, there are many options. I can also use a credit card if I click on here, and then I click on add card. And then I can just enter my details here, card number, name, and all the different information. And then I can also use my credit card to deposit money to the account. So there are many different options that I can use. All right, so next up, let's look at the trading platform and how to open our first trade. To do that, we can go up here to markets, and then we can see all the different markets that we can trade on FTX, which is a whole lot. Of course, we can use futures to just leverage trade different cryptocurrencies. We can use the normal spot market, so just to buy and sell cryptocurrencies. We can also trade stocks, use leverage tokens, for example, and bet on the volatility of the market. Down here you can see we have these normal perpetuals, so we can use them to just trade Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. Or what you can also do is trade indexes. If I just deselect this and just select index, we can see we can trade an altcoin index. We can trade a DeFi index to just bet on the DeFi market, how it's gonna move. Or we can use, for example, in this case, a shitcoin index. So there are different altcoin indexes that we can use, mid-cap index, for example, which is something interesting too. But in this case, let's just stick with normal perpetuals. And let's just go for, as you can see, there are many different altcoins that you can also trade on here. But in this case, let's just go for Bitcoin. And if you click on here, as you can see, this trading platform opens up. And now I'm going to show you how everything works. So first of all, if you want to change the layout of the trading platform, you can easily do that by just going up here to settings and then click on unlock layout. And now, as you can see, you can change the size of all of these different elements that you can see right here and move them around, switch them up as you like. And then once you're done with it as you like it, for example, like that, we can just go here again and click on lock layout, and now you can't accidentally change anything because it's locked. All right, so let's start off with the chart right here on the left side. As you can see, this is just apart from TradingView, so we can use this chart as normal as you maybe are used from TradingView. We can of course change right here, for example, now we are on the 1 hour candle chart. We can change that to the daily chart, for example. And if you click on this little arrow right here, you can also draw into the chart like that if you want. All right, let's change the color. This is not very visible, like that. Delete it again. Or we can of course draw some trend lines if you would like to do that. And of course you can just use this chart just like you are used to in TradingView if you have used that once. Right next to it on the right side, we have the order book, so all the selling and all the buying orders, as we can see right here. And down here we can see the recent trades of the market. Down here, this is the place where we can see all of our open positions. So if we have positions open, they will be displayed down here, as we will see in just a bit when we will open a position. Here you can see open orders that haven't been triggered yet. If you, for example, set a position down here, is the price reaches you want to buy, then this will be displayed in here. Trigger orders, if you have a stop loss or take profit, they will be seen here. And of course your order history and your trade history. And if we go up here on the right side, this is where we can control our trades, and here we can see information about our account. As you can see, this is the balance that I have on my account right here. It's around $100. Down here, we can set our maximum leverage. So you can set how much you want your leverage to be at maximum. You can, of course, change that in the settings if you want it higher, but I would recommend you not to use a higher than a 20x leverage. And we can set, for example, if we don't want more than a 5x leverage, now we cannot do anything wrong in order that we would make a higher leverage than a 5x, because we just set it here. It can't be higher than a 5x leverage. In my case, let's just go for 10x, and then we can use our trades. So of course we can do a long trade or a short trade, a buy or a sell. You can also switch that up if you click on these arrows right here. And then we can type select our order type right here. So in this case, we can type in here the price because we have a limit order, but I would recommend you just use a market order. Then your order will be triggered immediately. So let's go for market. As you can see, the price, it will be triggered immediately. And then down here, we can set the amount of our trade. So how large do we want the position to be? With this is very useful. We can set how big the position will be. And as you can see, our leverage will be calculated automatically. So in this case, if we go to a 1x leverage, as you can see, we have $93, $94 around that. We use a 1x leverage, so our position will be exactly the same. So in this case, we are actually effectively not using a leverage. If I pull that to 2x leverage, let's do it like that, then you can see it just doubled. So now we have only this balance on our account, but our position will be doubled because we are using a 2x leverage. Of course, you can also on the left side always see the amount in Bitcoin. So if I choose that, if I switch that around right here, you can see the balance moves as well. So this is just the same, just one time in dollar and one time in Bitcoin. And as you can see, if I move it up, I can go to a maximum of almost a 10x leverage because I have set it down here. And then of course, this is around the 10 times that I have down here, right here in my position size. I can of course also type it in manually. If I want, for example, a $500 position, I can go here and type in, whoops, let's go move that away and type in 500. And as you can see, our leverage will be calculated automatically, which would mean around 0.1 Bitcoin. And this would mean a 5.26x leverage. All right. The next very important feature and very useful is if I click on this little calculator right here, because then I can get some more information about my position. I can, for example, set a take profit and a stop loss. So in this case, I can say if the market goes 10% up, I want my position to be closed, and this will be, the price will be calculated automatically. This will be at 54,000 US dollars in this case. Down here, I can also set a stop loss. So if the price goes down 3%, I want my position to be closed, and this will be at a price of around $48,000. Down here, this is very useful as well. I can also see how much profit I will make if this price will be reached. In this case, it would be around $50 in profit. And if it goes down to this price, I will make a loss of $15. Right here, I can also see my risk reward ratio. So in this case, I can make a 3 times more profit than I can lose. All right, once we have set that as we wanted, we can just click on place orders. And as you can see, it got executed. Let's make that smaller again. And if I go here into the chart, as we can see here is our long with 0.1 Bitcoin. We have our stop loss with exactly the same amount that will be closed. And we can of course go up here and this is our take profit, where our position will be closed as well, and we will take our profit. As we can see down here, now our position is displayed here. We can see it's a Bitcoin trade. It's along the position size of 0.01 Bitcoin. We can of course also see what amount it is in dollars. We can see our estimated liquidation price. So this would mean if we would not have set a stop loss right here, then if our position goes so much into the negative that our position, basically all our collateral that we have deposited right here is gone, then our position will be closed, and this would be at a price of approximately $41,000. But in this case, we have a stop loss, so this doesn't really matter. Then we can also see our profit or loss right here. In this case, it's 5 cents in a loss. And we can see where we opened our position, and of course break even. This is of course the same. All right. Oh, we are now 3 cents in profit. Nice. If we go here to trigger orders, we can see our stop loss right here. And we can of course also see where the trigger price is, and we can see our take profit. So let's say we want to change them a little bit. Let's say we want to move our stop loss a little bit down to exactly 80. Where are we right now? We are at 48,200. Let's say we want to change it. If we click on here and change it to 48,000 exactly, just type it in here and click on this. And as you can see, whoops, it went down, and now we have it exactly at this position. We can of course also go into the chart and just change it like that. So if I grab here and move it down to, let's say 43,000, as you can see, it changed, and now it also changed in here. So this is always the same. Let's go back to our position. We can of course see now this is our profit here. We can of course also switch it up. If we close it right here, if I just click on this X, or what we can also do is, right now we are closing the entire position with our stop loss, but we could also change the amount. So let's say we only want to close half of it. We can of course not say 0.01, we could say 0.005, then it would only close half of our position. And if we accept that, as you can see, now it would only close half of our position if we reach that price. You can also do that for your take profits. If you only want to, let's say I want to take half of the profit, then you could do that as well. All right, let's close this one too, just like that. Now it's closed, and we go back to our position. We can see it right here. And now in this case, let's take that little bit of profit of 6 cents and click on market close and click on yes. And then as you can see, we have taken the profit, our position has been closed, and we can now open new positions, and that's already it. Don't forget to use the sign up link from the video description to get the 5% discount on all trading fees forever. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments.